LA. Close game with the Power. They're on an 11-game win streak, looking to make it win number 12 tonight, Marshall.
Indeed, the streak has been absolutely amazing. Just piling on runs night after night, whether blowout win or come from behind win, the Power just look absolutely unstoppable. This winning streak has been a real treat to behold, and I have a feeling it's going to continue tonight.
It's going to be a good game between the Power and the Waves. Make sure to stay tuned in with Marshall Garvey, George Hathaway here on the call in Palm Springs, California. Sun is still out, slowly starting to set. You can see the shadows over on that third base line, a little bit in left field. That might play a little bit of a factor.
How about for the Waves, the catcher Devlin Lindemann?
So it's going to be Devlin Lindemann leading things off.
Lindemann comes into today batting .397. He's got 3 homers, 18 runs batted in, an RBI by the most on the San Diego team. Got some formidable hitters here. So Mazzetti's going to get that win in his first go as a starter. It's not going to come easy.
That's my friend Seth.
Mazzetti, he's on the mound. Here's the first pitch from him. And that's going to get inside outer half of the strike zone for strike one. Lindemann going to watch it go right by him. So 0-1 is the count. Here's a pitch down low in the dirt, 1-1 the count. So Lindemann, he's going to be behind the plate as the catcher for the Waves, who are in their blue on gray uniforms, red lettering, white trim on the outside. One is the count with Mazzetti in his first start for the Power. Ooh, fastball outer half, going to be 2-1 the count for him. Been to San Diego once, Marshall. Went to a Padres game up there. Only time I've been in San Diego.
I've only been there a handful of times. Weirdly enough, San Diego's the only Major League stadium I've never been to.
Petco Park, beautiful ballpark.
So I hear. That one's fouled back now, 2-2. Yeah, I went there for a concert.
That's nice.
A few years ago. I love San Diego. It's kind of overlooked, but gotta get to Petco Park one of these days.
Yeah, I got a nice Padres hat there. They lost to the Pirates that day because Brian Hayes hit his first home run to put them up. But there's fireworks, so it's pretty cool, though. Fun game. As here's a 2-2 from Mazzetti. And that's going to get Lindemann looking. First strikeout of the day for Joey Mazzetti. 1 out here in the top of the first inning.
And that's Mazzetti's 20th K on the year.
So Ryan Fenn, he's at the plate, shortstop for the Waves this evening.
Ryan Fenn batting .302 coming into today.
Breaking ball down low, 1-0 the count for Fenn. One out, nobody on. Here's a 1-0. Another breaking ball that's down low, 2-0 the count for Fenn. As a Power coming into this ball game, 14-2 overall. So looking to make it 15-2 tonight as that's fouled off, 2-1, with Gardner Christensen on deck for the Waves. Mazzetti, here's a 2-1 kick. And that's going to be ripped right up over to Angel at third on the hop. Not in time to throw as Fenn is safe on first.
Now batting first baseman Gardner Christensen.
Gardner Christensen, he's at the plate now for the Waves. 1 out, 1 runner on for him.
Batting .400 coming into today. A lot of strong hitters in this San Diego lineup. And Tyler Richardson going to head on out. Brief chat with Mazzetti.
So after Strikeout looking for Lindman to lead off the ball game. Fenn got on base through a base hit, as the throw from Angel at third was not in time. A little late there. Brings up Gardner Christensen. The Power last night were down early on, and then were able to tie it up in the third, and then a huge RBI from Spencer Dickinson in the fifth inning put them over the edge so that they can get the win. One out. One runner on. Fenn with the lead over on first. 1-0 the count. Power looking to get win number 12 in a row. So here's a 1-0 pitch. That's going to be chopped up through the middle for a base hit. As Fenn, he's going to be held up at third, so runners on the corners, back-to-back base hits for the Waves.
Now batting for the Waves, left fielder.
Coming into today, the San Diego team's batting .293 as a complete unit. And you're seeing why early on here.
So it's going to be Quincy Scott stepping up to the dish now for the Waves, the righty. Here's a pitch from Mazzetti. Breaking ball up high, did not break. 1-0. Scott batting .364 on the season, the .481 on base percentage. So here's the 1-0. Gonna get inside for 1-1. .75-mile-per-hour fastball there from Mazzetti. As that's going to be in the dirt. Richardson able to keep it in front of him. 2-1 is the count, with runners on the corners for the Waves as they're looking to strike first here, Marshall, in the top of the first.
They are. Mazzetti's just got to locate that breaking ball. It's been a little bit off so far.
So 2-1 is the count. 1 out. 2 runners on for the Waves. Top of the first inning. It's going to be Fenn on third, Christensen on first. This here's a 2-1 from Mazzetti. 3-1 the count. Mazzetti gets set. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Up high, ball number 4, the fastball there. So now bases are loaded for the Waves here in the top of the first inning with only 1 out. Brings up Jamie Berg.
Now batting the center fielder, Jamie Berg.
Jamie Berg, another average north of 300. He comes into today with a 313 average.
Berg, the lefty for the Waves. Here's a pitch from Mazzetti, swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Berg batting 5th for the Waves over in center field this evening. Beautiful evening here in Palm Springs. Is now count going to be 1-1.
Now the shadows have completely overtaken the field. A little sunlight just over the right field wall. Wind rustling through the palm trees. And it's perfect.
Here's a 1-1 from Mazzetti, lined up over. As that's going to be a double play there from Anthony Angel Jr. As he's going to tag up there to retire the inning, leaving bases loaded.
A humongous jam to get out of.
So we go to the bottom of the first. Torrey Sweet, Noah Blythe, and Evan Berkey, the 3 due up next for the Power when we return. Here we are, set for the bottom half of the first inning. Torrey Sweet, the leadoff man for the Palm Springs Power. Stepping up to the plate now. Torrey Sweet, we see him over in left field.
Seems like just yesterday he made his debut against the Inland Valley Bucks, registering 2 RBIs that day, and he hasn't let up since, still batting .273. 3 RBIs against the PSCL.
That's going to be fouled off. 0-1 the count for Sweet. This is going to be the 1-2-3 here, bottom of the first inning. George Hathaway alongside Marshall Garvey. Porelski delivers up high, 1-1 the count. So Porelski, he's on the mound. As that's going to be fouled back, 1-2 for Torrey Sweet, down quickly in the count. Sweet has 6 stolen bases, also struck out 6 times as well this season for the Power. As here's a 1-2 from Porelski. Going to be a fastball outside, 2-2 the count. Noah Blythe, Evan Berkey, the 2 due up to follow after Sweet. Full count now for Torrey Sweet, the left fielder, leadoff hitter for the Power.
Has 6 walks on the air, 6 stolen bases too.
Full count, here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped right up over. As Fenn unable to hold on to the ball there. That's going to be a base hit for Torrey Sweet to lead things off for the Power. Which brings up the big slugger, Noah Blythe. Batting .443 on the season with 27 hits. So no outs, Torrey Sweet the leadoff man on base.
Blythe, one of the top producers on this team, comes into today having batted in 12 runs, batting .443. He's really stood out as one of the mainstay leaders, one of the everyday guys in this lineup.
Noah Blythe has 7 extra base hits as well. As that's going to be popped up over to Sami. And the throw is not in time, and that's going to be hit number 28 for Noah Blythe as he's safe on first. Christensen off the bag. So it's going to advance Sweet into scoring position on second with Blythe on first. It's Evan Berkey now at the dish. So Evan Berkey with no outs, 2 runners on for the Power here in the bottom of the first inning. Porelski, the pitch as Sweet going to steal over on third. So steal number 7 on the season for Torrey Sweet. Runners now on the corners, puts Sweet 90 feet away from home now.
And a great maneuver there, taking advantage of the pitch out.
So 1-0 the count to Evan Berkey. No outs, Emmanuel Dean on deck.
Berkey, who arrived just over a week ago. Again, another one of those great young players that makes their presence known as soon as they arrive. Batting .318 as he comes into today's game. 3 runs batted in.
Pitch there, going to get inside, 1-1. This will be the 6th game for Evan Berkey on the season. No outs, runners on the corners. Here's a 1-1 for Porelski, going to be fouled back, 1-2 now. Berkey, the shortstop for the Palm Springs Power, has made some great plays throughout the season in his short time here. in Palm Springs, California, made a huge impact for this team.
He really has. No shortage of impact players in this star-studded roster.
And the check back over. Blythe safe on first. Sweet over on third. Blythe on first. Berkey, he's at the plate. 1-2 count for him. No outs. Here in the bottom of the first inning. Nobody's scored yet. Power looking to strike first. Here's a 1-2 from Poralski. Up high. 2-2 the count on the fastball. Poralski gets set for the 2-2. And that's going to get Berkey looking. Wasn't too happy with that call.
And that's just Berkey's third strikeout of the year. Doesn't happen to him often, but nonetheless.
Which brings up Emmanuel Dean batting .500 on the season. 8 hits. 10 RBIs as well, as he's looking to bring in Torrey Sweet, possibly with a base hit. 1 out, the check back over to Blythe. He's safe on first. So there's 1 out here in bottom of the first inning with Emmanuel Dean. He's the right fielder this evening for the Power.
Dean has played in 6 games this year. Only 1 of them he didn't have an RBI. He is an absolute machine.
Fastball upstairs, 1-0 the count.
Very loud. That was, you can absolutely hear that. Probably the loudest pop in the glove I've heard all year.
Poralski gets set on the mound. Here's a 1-0 kick. Breaking ball down low, 2-0 the count for Dean. Mason Schwalbeck, he's on deck. So Power looking to get on board first. As here's a 2-0. Way inside. Dean had to move back a little bit as he's up in the count 3-0. Dean's walked 3 times on the season. As here's a 3-0 from Poralski. Hit up high into the air into right field. Anderson tracking underneath it. That's going to be out of play. Fouled off. 3-1 the count still for Dean.
Oh, it's hit very far. Emmanuel Dean, in addition to his .500 average entering today, has only struck out twice. Always puts together an electrifying at-bat.
Here's a 3-1 from Poralski. Popped up high into the air. Anderson again chasing it. And he slips up and still makes the grab. Runner's going to tag up. And Torrey Sweet comes in to score. Noah Blythe now on second. So on the sacrifice fly, Torrey Sweet comes in to score. Power up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. It's going to be Mason Schwalbeck.
Schwalbeck making his Power debut tonight. We've had the pleasure of seeing him a lot in action in the PSCL games, and he is an absolute stud in that regard. Did a few homers this year, I believe.
So 2 outs. Blythe in scoring position on second. Here's a pitch from Poralski. Out and away, 1-0 the count. 2 outs. Blythe on second. Schwalbeck at the dish. First time for him. And that's going to be out and away. 2-0 the count. Blythe with the lead over. Fenn covering over at second. Here's a 1-0. Breaking ball downstairs. 3-0 the count. Two outs, one runner on for the Powers. They have a 1-0 lead here, bottom of the first inning. As that's going to get inside, 3-1 the count.
Pulling up Schwalbeck's numbers as a player for the Lumberjacks in the PSCL. He's got a .577 average on the season for them and 17 runs batted in. Now the runner in scoring position, the perfect situation for him. Continue that reputation for the Power.
As that's going to be line foul territory, full count now for Schwalbeck in his debut for the Power tonight.
He's a freshman out of McHenry County College. Big righty at 212, 5'11". Alternates between catcher and first base in the PSCL, but slotting in at the DH tonight.
As that's going to get Schwalbeck looking for strikeout number 2 of the inning, and out number 3 leaves Blythe lone stranded over on second. Power able to score 1 run in the bottom of the first inning. As we go to the top of the second, it's going to be Anderson, Samay, and Thomas. A 3 due up next for the Waves when we return. Power up 1-0. Here we are set for the top of the second inning. Reese Anderson for the Waves stepping up into the plate as a Power up 1-0 in the ball game. Joey Mazzetti on the mound in his first start for the Power this season. He struck out 1 batter and has allowed 2 hits so far. Here's a pitch from Mazzetti. That's going to get Anderson in the back. So it's going to be Phoenix Samay now going to be batting for the Wave.
And that's just the second hit bat. Pardon. That's the third hit batter on the year for Mazzetti. So he's definitely struggled a little bit with his control so far. Starting and go D, definitely a much different game from appearing in relief.
Pitch there from Mazzetti. Down low, 1-0 the count. Power up 1-0 here, top of the second inning. Samay, he's over at third base. As that's going to be fouled off right in front of us. 1-1 the count for Samay. So one runner on early on here. After the leadoff man, Reese Anderson, was hit by a pitch. Power coming to the ball game on an 11-game win streak, looking to make it number 12 as they're up 1-0 here. 2-1 the count to Samay. Andrew Thomas on deck.
These San Diego Waves, they get on base a lot. They walk a lot, but a lot of hit by pitches.
Breaking ball inside, 2-2 the count. Mazzetti on the hill. As there's a pitch. Richardson gonna throw as that's gonna get away. But in a shallow center field, Thomas able to get in front of that one. So Samay gonna strike out. Andrew Thomas, a designated hitter at the plate for San Diego. So Anderson now in scoring position on second, as he's looking to tie this ball game up at 1 apiece if he's able to get on home through a base hit from Thomas.
Thomas batting, as they say, below the Mendoza line, just 179 coming into tonight's game.
So that's going to be fouled away. 0-1 the count for the designated hitter. So 1 out, 1 runner on for the Waves as they're down by 1 run to the Power. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1-1 the count. Anderson was hit by a pitch to lead off the top of the second inning, and he's now over on second in scoring position. As there's a 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball inside, 1-2. Joey Mazzetti already has 2 strikeouts on the day, and his first game started for the Power.
Able to wriggle his way out of a huge jam, bases loaded jam in the first inning.
Here's a 1-2. Breaking ball, 2-2 the count. Nicholas Gio on deck. Two. That's going to be outside and away. Richardson able to stop the ball before it could get past him, which holds up Anderson on second. Full count for Thomas. With 1 out, 1 runner on here, top of the second inning. Power lead 1-0. Mazzetti gets set on the mound. Here's a 3-2 kick. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 2 for the inning. And the third strikeout for Joey Mazzetti on the day.
And Mazzetti's command of his breaking ball has definitely improved in this second inning. Finishing off right, just landing it right in the middle of the zone right there. Beautifully done.
Nicholas Gio, he's at the plate, the righty. Wide batting stance here for him. With 2 outs, 1 runner on.
Hitting .275 with 8 runs batted in coming into today.
As Berkey going to stop it on the run. The throw on target but not in time, as that's going to advance Anderson over to third. And Gio gets a base hit, which flips up the lineup to Devlin Lindman, who's at the plate. Bases, runners on the corners for the Waves. It's Lindman at the plate.
Ranging. Jeter-esque play there by Evan Berkey. Wasn't going to be on time, but you got to admire the throw. And now we're back to Devlin Lindman. Struck out his first time up.
That's going to be popped up in the air. Thomas chasing it out. Parks underneath it for out number 3. Back-to-back innings. The Power able to get themselves out of a sticky situation. As we now go to the bottom half, Power lead 1-0. It's going to be Anthony Angel Jr., Nelson Padilla, and Deshaun Thomas when we return.
Angel Jr.
Here we are, set bottom of the second inning. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call. Anthony Angel Jr. He's going to be at the plate to lead things off as the Power up 1-0 over the Waves. As there's a pitch from Porluski. Down and away, 1-0 the count.
Angel Jr. batting a strong .314 coming into today. He's got 9 runs batted in on the year. Walks a lot. He's drawn 10 bases on balls. Knows how to get on base.
So 1-1 the count for Anthony Angel Jr. Porluski, as that's going to be ripped right into the glove of Fenn off the 2-hop step. That's going to be out number 1. Mark that down as 6-3 in the books if you're keeping score at home. So 1 out brings us to Nelson Padilla.
Now batting for the Power is second baseman Nelson Padilla.
Nelson Padilla, a newcomer, arrived on the 21st, batting just 143 coming in today, but he is heating up a bit. In last night's 8-6 win over the East LA Dodgers, he managed to hit and 2 runs batted in.
So 1 out, here's a pitch, fastball inside, strike 1. Padilla struck out 4 times this season in 14 at-bats. Here's the 0-1. Just a little bit outside, 1-1 the count for Padilla. Power up 1-0 over the San Diego Waves. Porluski, here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2-1 the count for Padilla. One out, nobody on here for the Power. Bottom of the second inning. Here's a 2-1. Going to be ripped up the middle to Fenn at short. And back-to-back plays there for Fenn. Brings us to 2 outs with Deshaun Thomas. Batting 8th.
Now batting for the power, the center fielder, Deshaun Thomas.
So 2 outs for the center fielder.
Another fresh face. Nimble center fielder playing his second game. Made his debut just last night. Had 4 plate appearances. Drew a walk, struck out once.
And a grounder to Fenn. And that's going to be 3 up, 3 down. Busy inning for the shortstop. Fenn for the Waves. As we go top of the 3rd inning, it's going to be Ryan Fenn, Garner Christensen, Quincy Scott. The 3 due up next, top of the 3rd inning. Power up 1-0 when we return. Here we are set, top of the 3rd inning. As the Palm Springs Power up 1-0 over the San Diego Waves, looking to get win number 12 in a row, Marshall. As Ryan Fenn going to lead things off here for the Waves. He had a base hit, was able to make his way over to 3rd, nothing more than that. Mazzetti, he's still on the mound with 3 strikeouts under his belt. That pitch there from him, 1-0 the count. For the shortstop with a busy bottom half of the 3rd inning. 1-0, breaking ball, 2-0 the count for Fenn. With Gardner Christensen on deck, Power up 1-0.
Mazzetti, they're relying heavily on the breaking ball so far. It's a lot sharper in the 2nd inning than it was in the 1st. It's falling behind here, 3-0.
That's going to get inside hitters count for Fenn, 3-1. He's 1 for 1 on the day. As here's a 3-1 pitch. That's going to be chopped up over Padilla. The throw to Blythe in time for out number 1. So 1 out here at the top of the 3rd inning brings up Gardner Christensen. He's the first baseman.
If Christensen strikes out in this at bat, all Bud and Bud Light drafts will be just $2 for the next 10 minutes.
Christensen 1 for 1 on the day as well. He has a base hit that came in the top of the first inning.
Keeping his average above 400. He was sitting at 400 exactly coming into today. Pretty quiet game so far. Solid pitching from both sides. Could expect to see a slugfest break out.
As that's going to go right past the glove there of Richardson. 1-0 the count for Christensen. That's going to be chopped up. Anthony Angel Jr. going to watch that one go out of play towards the left field concourse. So 1-1 the count. 91 mile per hour fastball there from Joey Mazzetti. Here's a 1-1 from Mazzetti. Breaking ball. Ooh, just a little too low. 2-1.
Very close.
So Quincy Scott, he's on deck for the Waves with 1 out. .77 mile per hour breaking balls. Here's a 2-1. Another breaking ball there, swung on and missed as Christensen knots up the count at 2 apiece with 1 out. Scott is on deck as Christensen 1 for 1 on the day. Here's a 2-2. As that's going to get him looking for strike number 3. First strikeout of the inning. 4th on the day.
For the next 10 minutes, all Bud and Bud Light drafts will be just $2.
So 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Power up 1-0. Quincy Scott, he's at the plate. He's walked in his only plate appearance in the 1st inning, Marshall.
Now back left fielder Quincy Scott.
Indeed. No really no easy out in this Waves lineup. And Mazzetti's really settled in after wriggling out of that jam in the 1st.
Pitch inside, 1-0 the count.
Notice these Waves hitters, though, they're getting ahead in the count a lot. Really making Mazzetti work.
Mazzetti's only walked 1 batter, and it was Scott. So that's going to get inside, 1-1. Two outs, nobody on here for the Waves as they trail 1 run. It's a pitch there from Mazzetti. Breaking ball inside, 1-2 the count to Scott. Looking to retire the side, 1-2-3 inning. Mazzetti gets set, here's a 1-2. Swung on and missed, that's strikeout number 2 of the inning. Going to retire the side, the 5th strikeout for Joey Mazzetti of the ball game. As we now go bottom of the 3rd inning. Richardson, Sweet, Blythe, the 3 due up next for the Powers. They're up 1-0 when we return. Here we are, bottom half of the third inning. Power up 1-0. George Hathaway, Marshall Garvey here on the call. Tyler Richardson, the catcher, batting that 9-hole spot for the Power, leading things off here in the bottom of the third inning. Porolski, quick pitch there, fouled back 0-1.
Tyler Richardson, one of the lighter bats in the Power lineup, batting just .216 with 4 runs batted in coming into today.
Oh, 1 is the pitch. That's going to get inside. 0-2 the count for Richardson early on here in the at-bat. Power up 1-0 here, bottom of the third inning. Torrey Sweet on deck, the leadoff hitter for the Power. It's going to be ball number 1 there for Richardson. He's still down in the count 1-2. That's going to be a slow roller chopped up over to Samay at third. The throw was able to get him in time.
Not a close play there. Great hustle by Richardson.
Now batting the left fielder, Torrey Sweet.
Torrey Sweet, the leadoff man for the Power, stepping up to the dish. He scored the only run for the Power, only run the ball game as well. He had a base hit to lead things off for the Power. Here's a pitch from Porolski. Up high, 1-0 the count. Good eye there from Torrey Sweet.
Very good take there.
There's another pitch. That's out and away. 2-0 the count in the dirt. So Marshall Power 14-2 on the season, looking to get win number 12 as they're up 1-0 early on here. 2-0. That's going to be hit right up the middle for a base hit for Torrey Sweet. He's 2 for 2 on the day.
And Torrey Sweet.
Noah Blythe, he's at the plate.
Blythe recorded a single his first time up.
Noah Blythe.
.93-mile-per-hour hit up the middle from Torrey Sweet just a minute ago.
Where the hell is that?
1 out, 1 runner on. The check back over. Sweet safe there. Peruski, here's a pitch. Blythe going to hit that one up over to Fenn. And that's going to be out number 2. But Torrey Sweet going to advance over in scoring position on second with a chance to give the Power some insurance runs with Evan Berkey at the dish.
Now batting the shortstop, Evan Berkey.
So 2 outs. Berkey's 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out looking. Here, bottom of the third inning.
A chance for his 4th RBI on the season.
As there's a pitch from Porolski up high, 1-0. Porolski gets set as he's on the mound for the third inning. Here's 1-0 as there goes Sweet, and he's going to steal safely into third. He did that again. So he's 2 steals on the day for Torrey Sweet. 2-0 count for Evan Berkey. Fastball inside, 2-1 the count for the shortstop. Peralski gets set. Here's a 2-1 with 2 outs. That's lined right up over in the right field. Sweet going to come in to score for the second time today. And that's going to be a base hit RBI for Evan Berkey.
Solid at bat from Berkey. Really finding his stride with each passing game. Now another RBI machine coming up in Emmanuel Dean.
Right fielder, Emmanuel Dean.
So Emmanuel Dean at the plate with 1 runner on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Two outs, 1 runner on. That's Berkey after an RBI single, as that's going to be fouled away. 0-1 the count quickly for Dean. He's 0 for 1 on the day, flew out to Anderson in right field. Looking for a little bit of that 2-run magic here for the Power.
Again, Dean an RBI already, has an RBI in all of his games except for 1.
And there goes Berkey, the throw. That's going to be way outside. He's going to advance over to 3rd now, and he's going to be held up there. So 2 outs, 1-1 is the count for Emmanuel Dean. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-2 the count for Emmanuel Dean, the right fielder for the Power.
That's the second error on the day. That's San Diego.
So Berkey was able to steal, then advance off an error.
Power base running, really putting the pressure on in this inning.
Big reason why they're up 2-0 Marshall here in the ball game. Here's a pitch from Peralski. Going to be grounded up over to Gio at second for out number 3. So Power are able to score a run here again in the bottom of the 3rd inning, puts them up 2-0. Top of the 4th, Jamie Berg, Reese Anderson, Phoenix Samay, the 3 due up next when we return. Here we are, set for the top of the 4th inning. Power up 2-0 over the Waves. Mazzetti still on the mound, 1-0 the count here. This will be win number 12 in the row for the Palm Springs Power if they get the win tonight. They're up 2-0. Popped up into the air. Thomas going to find, that's going to be Berkey, as I was in shallow center field for out number 1. So Reese Anderson going to be stepping into the batter's box now.
Now batting the right fielder, Reese Anderson.
Anderson was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. Was able to make his way over to 3rd, nothing more than that. And as Marshall, the Power have been really good, able to get out with runners in scoring position.
They really have been.
It's a pitch there from Mazzetti, down low, 1-0.
Mazzetti just looking more and more comfortable as this game goes on. Looking pretty strong in his first start of the season.
Pitch there, outer half of the strike zone, 1-1 the count. So 1 out, nobody on here, top of the 4th inning. Mazzetti's pitch down low, 2-1. Phoenix Samay on deck. Here's a 2-1 from Mazzetti. Breaking ball inside, 2-2 the count. Beautiful pitch there from Joey Mazzetti. And his first start of the season for the Power. Two-two, swung on and missed. First strikeout, 1-2. Quickly down here in the top of the 4th inning. So 2 outs, nobody on. Phoenix Samay.
Mazzetti just absolutely dialed in now.
6 strikeouts for Joey Mazzetti on the day. The pitch going to be a little inside, 1-0. So 2 outs, nobody on here, top of the 4th inning. Mazzetti looking to go back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings, as that's going to be fouled back. 0-1 the count. 1-1 the count, excuse me. Here's a 1-1 pitch, breaking ball. Bottom half of the strike zone, Marshall gets inside 1-2.
Yeah, he's really been attacking that part of the zone effectively. Breaking ball. It's really coming to form.
2 outs, nobody on. Power have the 2-0 lead over the Waves. Here's a 1-2, fouled back once again. As Samay able to stay alive here. Still count 1-2. Mazzetti gets set on the mound. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Going to be outside and away, 2-2 the count. Nobody warming up in either bullpen. As there's a 2-2. That's going to be grounded up over to Padilla at second to throw to Blythe in time. 1-2-3 inning for the Power. Back-to-back innings. Joey Mazzetti now has 6 strikeouts on the day. As we now go to the bottom half of the 4th inning, Schwalbeck, Angel Jr., Padilla 3 due up next when we return. Power up 2-0 over the Waves. Here we are set, bottom of the 4th inning. Mason Schwalbeck leading things off. 0 for 1 of the ball game, struck out looking. As it's going to be that middle of the order for the Power here, as they're up 2-0 over the Waves. As a pitch there from Porolsky, going to be down low, 1-0 the count.
Yeah, George, they say it's a broadcaster's curse, but this game is moving along very quickly. And we're in the bottom of the 4th already. Maybe the quickest 4 innings we've ever played here at Palm Springs Stadium.
I don't know if anybody else in the broadcast could hear Nash, but I knocked on wood there because I don't want to jinx it. As it'll be a 1-1 count for Schwalbeck. The PSCL call up here. First time we're going to see him in a Power uniform. As here's a 1-1 from Porolsky. Hard hit ball up into center field. Burr getting underneath it in shallow center for out number 1.
We were talking today about the All-Star game Monday and which PSCL clubs will play for the Power, which will play for their PSCL clubs. It's a big factor on Monday in that All-Star game.
That game will be 6 p.m. on Monday, July 4th. Fireworks to follow, so make sure to come out if you're local to Palm Springs Stadium or even tune in here on the broadcast as Porolsky's pitch going to be down and away. 1-0 count to Anthony Angel Jr., third baseman. Grounded out over to Fenn at short in his only plate appearance today, bottom of the 2nd inning. Power up 2-0. As a check swing did not go. 2-0 the count for Anthony Angel Jr.
Yeah, I'm hearing the tickets are selling fast for that game, so get your tickets.
Good fireworks show afterwards. Nothing better than baseball and 4th of July and fireworks. That's going to get inside. 2-1 the count to Anthony Angel Jr.
Anthony came into today batting .314. He's 0 for 1.
Hitters count for Anthony Angel Jr. 3-1. Gonna be fouled away. Count now full for the third baseman.
Torrey Sweet scored both of the Power runs tonight.
They're up 2-0 early on here in the ball game, bottom of the 4th inning. Is Junior going to go down swinging for out number 2?
3 strikeouts for the Waves today.
Second baseman, Nelson Padilla.
Nelson Padilla at the plate, also grounded out to Fenn in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That inning was very busy for Ryan Fenn over at shortstop. In the bottom of the 2nd, Anthony Angel Jr., Nelson Padilla, and Deshaun Thomas all grounded out to him.
You know, Joey Mazzetti pitching tonight and so far pitching a shutout, but you can feel his absence in the Power lineup offensively. They miss his bat. Among guys who've played double-digit games, he has the highest OPS on the team.
As that is going to be blooped up over to Fenn for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 inning here, bottom of the 4th, brings us to the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be Thomas, Gio, Lindman, the 3 due up next, top of the 5th inning. Palm Springs Power up 2-0 over the San Diego Waves when we return. Here we are, top of the 5th inning. George Hathaway, Nash Walker here on the call. Andrew Thomas going to lead things off. Top of the 5th is the Waves trail 2-0 to the Power. Thomas 0 for 1 in the ball game, struck out swinging. As this is going to be the 5th inning for Joey Mazzetti. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Power. We do have some action for the Waves. 2 guys pitching over there in the bullpen to our right.
Lefty and a righty.
Mazzetti's fastball inside for strike 1. One and one the count for Andrew Thomas here, top of the 5th inning. Mazzetti, his first game started on the mound for the Power this season, usually coming in as a reliever. There's a breaking ball inside for strike 2. Looked like a curveball there. Good pitch from Mazzetti.
Fastball curve most of the night.
As that's going to be ripped. Heads up over there in the bullpen as that's going to be fouled off. 1-2 the count. So here we are, top of the 5th inning. Power up 2-0 over the Waves. Both teams have recorded 3 hits. As 2 errors from the Waves really kind of cost them and hurt them here in the ball game. Sun slowly starting the set here in Palm Springs, California. As Thomas goes down swinging, second time of the day. 7th strikeout for Joey for Joey Mazzetti on the day. Nicholas Gio stepping in the batter's box for the second time today, had a base hit. He's batting in the 9 hole for the Waves. Mazzetti gets set. Here's the pitch. Another curveball there from Joey Mazzetti. Gets inside for strike 1.
Yeah, I went to the high fastball to get Thomas back to the curveball there. Gets a called strike. It's worked for him pretty well today. That fastball curveball combo.
7 strikeouts for Joey Mazzetti on the day. He's recorded 1 in every single inning that he's pitched. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball way upstairs, 1-2 the count. So Gio got a base hit, one of 3 batters for the Waves to get on base with a single. Nobody else scored more than that.
Still upper 80s, low 90s for Joey. Oh, that looked good. Just missed.
2-2 the count for Gio with Lindman on deck with 1 out. Breaking ball down low. Count is now full for Gio. He's the second baseman this evening for the Waves. 1 out. Count is full. Mazzetti. Here's a pitch. Half swing chop as Padilla gets underneath that for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down brings up Devlin Lindman, the leadoff hitter for San Diego. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Struck out looking, flew out over the Thomas in center field. This is the 3rd time we're going to see him today.
3 hits apiece, both sides. Well pitched ball game so far from both starters. Power still found a way to scratch across a couple runs.
Here's the pitch from Mazzetti as that's going to get away. And took an awkward bounce off the mask of Richardson.
Joey, opponent batting average 171 coming into tonight. 3 walks, 19 strikeouts in 11 innings. Struck out 19 of 46 batters he faced.
So 1-0 is the count to Lindman, who's the catcher. Pitch downstairs, 2-0. So 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the 5th inning. Power up 2-0 as there's a pitch from Mazzetti. Breaking ball inside, 2-1. Last 2 innings pitched from Joey Mazzetti in the 3rd and 4th were back-to-back 3 up, 3 down innings. There's nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Power. Here's the 2-1. Fastball up high. Hitters count 3-1 for Lindman.
Mentioned this is Joey's first start. I wonder if Casey Dill wanted to give him a chance to extend.
He's a guy that can go innings for you. Came into the ball game striking out 19 batters. He struck out 7 today, puts his total up to 26. Carson Phillips leads the team in strikeouts with 44. I was able to speak to him last night after he got the 9-out save for the Power. Mazzetti gets set. Here's a 3-1. Going to be ripped up over to Berkey at short. And the play over at first in time. So another 1-2-3 inning for Joey Mazzetti and company. Power still up 2-0. Bottom of the 5th inning when we return to Sean Thomas, Tyler Richardson, Torrey Sweet. The 3 due up next. Power up 2-0 over the Waves. Here we are set for the bottom of the 5th inning. Deshaun Thomas leading things off for the Palm Springs Power. George Hathaway alongside with me, my broadcast partner, Nash Walker. As the Power have a 2-0 lead. As that's going to be popped up into the air. Over into left center for out number 1.
Now batting, the captain, Tyler Richardson.
So Tyler Richardson at the plate now for the Power. He's batting in the 9-hole, 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out over to Samay, at third base. So 1 out, nobody on. As here's a pitch from Castro. Sebastian Castro, new pitcher on the mound, 1-0 count. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Power. That's going to be a swing and miss. 1-1 the count for Richardson, who's been behind the plate for the Power this evening. 1 out. Here's a pitch from Castro. Breaking ball that did not break. 2-1. It got past Lindman over behind the plate. Power up 2-0 here in the ball game. Bottom of the 5th inning. Here's a 2-1 from Castro. Upstairs fastball, 3-1 the count. Richardson 0 for 1 on the day with Torrey Sweet on deck. Power up 2-0. They scored in the 1st inning and 3rd. This is going to be a 3-1 count for the catcher. Here's a pitch from Castro. Popped up into the air. As that's right over our heads here in the press box, going to bounce back down. Count is full, 3-2. Again, going to be fouled off. Richardson staying alive at the plate. So Richardson staying alive at the plate as a Power up 2-0 over the Waves. As here's a pitch. Swung on and missed. As that's going to be the first strikeout for Castro. The 4th for the Waves pitchers. So 2 outs brings us to the top of the order with Torrey Sweet. He's been hot here in the ball game. He's 2 for 2, scored 2 runs, has 2 steals as well. The leadoff man being very productive for the Power. One-0 the count for Torrey Sweet. 2 outs, nobody on for the Power. So when they're able to do a lot of their magic is here with 2 outs. So that fastball upstairs, 2-0. Our next game will be on Monday, 4th of July, as the Power take on the PSCL All-Stars. Here's a 2-0. Breaking ball down low in the dirt. Good eye there from Sweet. He's up in the count. Here's a pitch from Castro. Swung on and missed. So first strike for Torrey Sweet. He's been up in the count every single at bat. Very productive. Here's a pitch from Castro. Going to be fouled back. It's a good crowd here on this Saturday evening. Thank you for tuning in. George Hathaway alongside with me, Nash Walker. With 2 outs, here's a pitch from the lefty Castro. A Sweet going to go down swinging, going to retire the side A 1-2-3 inning for Castro in his first inning on the mound. As we go to the top of the 6th inning, it's going to be Fenn, Christensen, and Scott. The 3 due up next for the Waves when we return. Power up 2-0. Here we are set top of the 6th inning. George Hathaway, Nash Walker here on the call. Joey Mazzetti, it's going to be his inning. It's a power up 2-0 over the Waves. Looking to get win number 12 in a row. As Ryan Fenn, the shortstop, leading things off. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Had a base hit in the first. Grounded out in the third. It's a pitch there from Mazzetti. Little 2 inside, 1-0. Here's a pitch from Mazzetti. That's going to be ripped, and what a great leaping grab from Angel. And he's able to get the out over at first. Great throw there from Anthony Angel Jr. for the first out. Joey Mazzetti gives him a fist bump after that one. He's happy after a great leaping play from Anthony Angel Jr.
Yeah, we've seen Anthony make some great plays this year in the infield, and Casey Dill wants to see these guys play everywhere. Moved Richie Amavisca to the outfield in last night's win, and Anthony's been good at third. He's played some second. He's been all over first, and everywhere he goes, he's solid.
So Mazzetti, here's a pitch from him. Breaking ball inside, 0-1. Gardner Christensen, 1 for 2 on the day, had a base hit, struck out looking in the third. 1 out, nobody on here. Top of the 6th inning. Power up 2-0. Here's the 0-1 from Mazzetti. Fastball inside, 0-2. Quincy Scott on deck. Mazzetti gets set. Here's the 0-2 kick. Swung on and missed. 8th strikeout for Joey Mazzetti on the day. Second time Christensen struck out. Quincy Scott stepping up to the dish. He's 0 for 1 on the day, walked and struck out. With 2 outs, nobody on.
Joey's really settled in now, George, after a tough start, where his command wasn't quite there yet. He's definitely found it in the last couple innings.
Here's a pitch from Mazzetti, another fastball inside for strike 1.
Difference, though, is, he didn't give up any, there was no damage as he was working through his command there in the first. Left the bases loaded, got the double play ball, got out of it, and then when he settled in, you're seeing the dominance that we've seen all year from Joey Mazzetti.
Oh, 0-1 the count to Quincy Scott. It's over in left field. So here's a pitch. Out and away, 1-1 the count. So 2 outs, nobody on. That's going to be drilled up into foul territory, 1-2. So Power up 2-0 in this ball game. It's been very solid both sides pitching wise. Just a few runs for the Power put them up as they come to the ball game 14-2 overall, looking to get win number 12 in a row. Mazzetti going to step off the mound and readjust himself quickly as we await the 1-2. Here's a pitch from Mazzetti.
Overthrew it just a bit. Go back to that curveball 2-2. You'll probably get a wave and a miss on Scott here.
He's been very solid with the curveball all day long. Good 1-2 combo, curveball, fastball. Nobody can swing on Mazzetti. There's a pitch.
Oh.
There's a curveball, but a little too far inside. Count is now full.
Yeah, that last fastball at 93. Emptying the tank. You wonder if he thinks this is it for him in the 6th.
Nobody warming up in the Power bullpen. We see some action to the right of us for the Waves as that's a big swing and miss there. Second strikeout of the inning. Going to retire the side. Strikeout number 9 for Joey Mazzetti. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Noah Blythe, Evan Berkey, Emmanuel Dean. 3 due up next. Power up 2-0 in the ballgame. Here we are set. Bottom of the 6th inning. Palm Springs Power have the 2-0 lead over the San Diego Waves as they look for win number 12 in a row. Noah Blythe, the big slugger for the Power. 1 for 2 on the day, has a base hit. It's Castro, he's on the mound. Here's a pitch from him. 1-0 the count, as that was outside and away. As it was a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 5th for the Power. So they look to get on base here and give themselves a little bit more insurance runs. They're up 2 runs. Is Blythe going to rip that one up over into foul territory towards the Waves bullpen? So 1-1 the count for him. First baseman this evening for the Power. Was able to interview him a few weeks ago. Great guy to talk to. It's actually a week ago today. So here's a 1-1 pitch from Castro. Swung on and missed from Blythe. 1-2 the count. Some action in the Waves bullpen to our right. Nothing to our left for the Power. So you can only imagine if it will be Joey Mazzetti coming out for the top of the 7th. As here's a 1-2 pitch from Castro. That's going to be down and away. 2-2 the count. So nobody's gotten on base for the Power since the 3rd inning. Certainly been a long time for them, as they're a team that's very active on the bases, and that was the last time they scored a run as well, which puts them up 2-0.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on that remaining, George. I think they know how to get on base. They know how to drive in runners, and that can't last all night. They do have a 2-0 lead, but you'd love to add on.
Here's a 2-2 from Castro. Fastball upstairs. Is Blythe going to go down swinging on that one? So 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, brings up the shortstop, Evan Berkey. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Has a base hit and a steal, and he also struck out looking in the bottom of the 1st inning. So 1 out, nobody on. Here's a pitch there from Castro, fastball upstairs. 1-0 the count. As Berkey was the last Power player to get a base hit. Now he's in the bottom of the 3rd inning. As the Power up 2-0 over the Waves. Here, bottom of the 6th. Here's a 1-0 from Castro. Outer half of the strike zone, painted to black around home plate, 1-1. There's a big gap right up the middle. Could only hope that Berkey just kind of places it good there. As it's 1-1 with 1 out. Nobody on for the Power. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Is there an 11-game win streak coming into the ball game, looking for win number 12. The pitch, breaking ball inside, count 1-2. On deck, it's Emmanuel Dean. As that's going to be fouled back behind home plate. Count still stands at 1-2 with 1 out. Power in their staple red on white uniforms, white lettering with the red caps. San Diego Waves, blue on gray with the red lettering, white trim, blue caps out in the outfields. Here's a 1-2. That's going to be a breaking ball down into the dirt. That's going to get away there from Lidman. 2-2 now the count. Castro, he's on the hill for the Waves. Some action in their bullpen. Slight breeze here in Palm Springs, California. Beautiful evening, though, for some summer baseball.
Really is.
As count is now full as that gets away from the glove of Lindman, who tried to extend cross body, just unable to do so as that was out and away. As we wait, here's a 3-2 from Castro. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts. With 2 outs, nobody on. Emmanuel Dean at the plate.
It's been a really well-pitched ball game, George. No runs since the bottom of the third.
Emmanuel Dean.
There's 2 runs in the whole game.
3 hits from both teams. And for the Waves, their last hit came in the top of the 2nd inning. And for the Power, it was the bottom of the 3rd. Emmanuel Dean at the plate. 0 for 2. He flew out to Anderson in right field. Grounded out to Gio over at 2nd. 1-0 the count for the right fielder. Nobody on for the Power here. Bottom of the 6th inning. They're up 2-0. Dean gonna rip that one back over to the Power dugout as a slew of guys jumped up to avoid getting hit by a ball. It's a very fun group this year. If you're able to check out the interview I did with Carson Phillips, we both got a water bath. Is a very fun group. Joey Mazzetti poured
really
a
is.
ton of water on me.
You know what makes it better, George, is winning. They
Yes.
like to win 11 in a row.
It's to be 1-2 count now for Emmanuel Dean. Is that pitch going to get inside for a strike? Two outs, nobody on for the Power. Bottom of the 6th inning. As they're up 2-0 over the Waves. The last time the Power lost a game was June 10th over the Inland Valley Bucks in extra innings. And since then, they've been red hot. Is that pitch going to get away? 2-2.
Joey Mazzetti, originally in this Power lineup, was going to hit for himself, but pulled out for the DH. And Schwalbach, who's 0 for 2. And as I said, you can feel Mazzetti's absence.
Mm-hmm. Leads the team in RBIs. A big power hitter. No pun intended. Because here's a 2-2 from Castro. Foul tipped. Emmanuel Dean stays alive for another pitch at the plate. Castro gets set, awaits the sign from Lidman, who's behind the plate for the Waves. Here's a 2-2 pitch. As that just misses Emmanuel Dean, who was able to get out of that. Full count for him. I thought I got just a piece of the jersey
So did
there.
I.
So it's going to be full count with 2 outs, nobody on. With Mason Schwalbeck on deck. Here's a 3-2 from Castro. That's going to be ball number 4. And the first batter on base for the Power since Evan Berkey in the 3rd inning, which brings up Mason Schwalbeck, the designated hitter, PSCL call-up. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Struck out looking in the bottom of the 1st, flew out to Berg in the bottom of the 8th, or excuse me, the bottom of the 4th. So 3rd time we're going to see him today with 1 runner on. As there goes Dean, the throw from Lindman. On target, but not in time as he's safe there. 4th steal for the Power on the day. One and one the count for Schwalbeck. As big swing and miss there from him on the breaking ball, 1 and 2. Two outs with Dean in scoring position on 2nd. One and 2 the count for Schwalbeck. As there goes Dean, as that's going to be ripped up through the gap for a base hit. Dean comes home to score for the Power. An RBI single for Mason Schwalbeck. His first hit for the Power of the season.
Nice piece of hitting, hit and run. Power lead 3-0. That's a big insurance run right there.
So Power up 3-0 in the ball game. As it brings up Anthony Angel Jr., the 3rd baseman, 0 for 2 in the ball game, grounded out to Fenn and struck out swinging in the 4th.
Anthony lined out last night late.
So 2 outs, Schwalbeck on first. There's a pitch there from Castro inside, 0-1. Castro looks back over on first. Schwalbeck there with a 2-stride lead. Here's the 0-1. Pitch, breaking ball inside 0-2 to Anthony Angel Jr. (0-2) is the count for Anthony Angel Jr., 3rd baseman. Here's a pitch. That's going to be fouled back, staying alive. Schwalbeck going to go steal 2nd, but he has to come back as it was fouled away. Still 0-2. Power up 3-0. 4 hits, 3 runs. No errors on the day. Castro, here's a 0-2 kick. And Anthony Angel Jr. goes down swinging for the 2nd time. That's going to be out number 3. Going to retire the side here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Emmanuel Dean gets on base for the first time since the 3rd inning. And able to score a run for the Power. Puts them up 3-0. It's going to be Berg, Anderson, Samay. The 3 due up next for the Waves when we return in the top of the 7th. Power up 3-0. Here we are set, top of the 7th inning. Cole Kashimoto leading things off as he will be pinch hitting for Jamie Berg, who went 0 for 2. Kashimoto off a hot Padilla, able to grab the throw over to Blythe in time for out number 1. Quick, 1 pitch, 1 out for Cole Kashimoto. So this brings up Reese Anderson with 1 out. Reese Anderson 0 for 1 in the ball game, was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and struck out swinging in the 4th. Joey Mazzetti still on the mound. Has 9 strikeouts on the day. Big swing and a miss there from Anderson. Power up 3-0 in the ball game. As here's the 0-1 pitch from Mazzetti, fouled back 0-2. Reese Anderson struck out in the 4th. We have not seen a base runner on for the San Diego Wave since the 2nd inning. It's been a long time as that is grounded up. Mazzetti gonna pick it up, run it over himself. And Noah Blythe just stood there over at first and watched Joey Mazzetti in amazement.
Leave, no doubt.
Phoenix Samay, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Joey Mazzetti has recorded a strikeout in every single inning he's pitched. He has 9 on the day here in the top of the 7th inning, power up 3-0 with 2 outs. Samay, 0 for 2, struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. Breaking ball down low, 1-0.
You wonder how long Joey's going to go, George. Is he going to go the distance here? It's possible. He's been rolling.
Here's a pitch from Mazzetti, popped up into the air. That's going to be out of play into the bleachers. 1-1 to count. George Hathaway, Nash Walker here on the call. Top of the 7th inning, power lead 3-0 over the Waves, excuse me. Here's a 1-1 from Mazzetti, popped up into the air. Over in the right center. Thomas gets underneath that one, out number 3. 1-2-3 inning here, top of the 7th. First inning where we have not seen Joey Mazzetti record a strikeout. He still has 9 on the day. We go bottom of the 7th inning. Nelson Padilla, Deshaun Thomas, Tyler Richardson, 7, 8, 9 due up next when we return. Power up 3-0. Here we are set, bottom of the 7th inning. Power up 3-0 over the San Diego Waves. Nelson Padilla leading things off. It's a 7-8-9 due up next with Thomas and Richardson following them. Padilla 0 for 2 in the ballgame, grounded out in the 2nd inning and flew out in the 4th. There's a pitch there from Castro. 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1 from Castro. Breaking ball down in the dirt. 1-1 the count for the second baseman Padilla, who's made some good stops over at second. Joey Mazzetti allowed 3 hits early on in the 1st and 2nd inning, and then nothing since. So that's going to be fouled back 1-2. So Deshaun Thomas, he's in the on-deck circle, followed with Tyler Richardson in the hole. Power lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 3-0. They look to get win number 12 in a row. Here's a 1-2 from Castro. Fastball down and away, 2-2.
Yeah, Power have the lead. They've scored 3 runs. It's not the same onslaught we've seen from them over this 11-game win streak, but they're finding different ways to win, and this game's not over. You'd like to score some more runs, but they have a 0 on the board on the defensive side.
And the pitch upstairs. Count is now full for Padilla. As a Power were able to get on base in the bottom of the 6th inning for the first time since the bottom of the 3rd. As there's a 3-2. That's going to be in there for a base hit for Nelson Padilla, his first of the day. The leadoff man getting on for the Power, which brings up the center fielder, Deshaun Thomas.
Now back, number 14, the center fielder, Deshaun Thomas.
So Deshaun Thomas, also 0 for 2 in the ballgame, grounded out over to Fenn at short and flew out to Berg in center field. Power up 3-0, bottom of the 7th. There's a pitch from Castro down in the dirt. Lidman able to keep it in front of him, 1-0. Padilla over on first, 3-stride lead. Here's a 1-0 from Castro, up and in, 2-0. Thomas up in the count, 2-0. He's 0 for 2 on the day, as he's swinging on the breaking ball, 2-1. Tyler Richardson on deck with no outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Castro, the look up and down. Here's a 2-1. Chopped in the foul territory. Count knotted up at 2 apiece. Bottom of the 7th inning. Power, the 3-0 lead. George Hathaway, Nash Walker here on the call. Thank you for tuning in this beautiful Saturday evening. And don't forget, the Power play Monday at 6 p.m. 4th of July baseball fireworks will follow. Make sure to come out to Palm Springs Stadium. Fastball down low. Count is now full.
Fastball at 90, popping it up there.
Three-two. That's going to be chopped up over to Samay. Chance for 2. Unable to record the double play. However, Padilla is out, and that's going to be fielder's choice there for Deshaun Thomas as he's safe on first.
Tyler Richardson.
So 1 out brings up the catcher Tyler Richardson batting in the 9-hole spot. Third time we're going to see him this evening. He's 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out over to Samay at third, and then struck out swinging in the 5th. So 1-0 count for Richardson. So 1 out, 1 runner on for the Power. Here, bottom of the 7th, they're up 3-0. There's that pitch there from Castro, 2-0. Castro gets set on the hill. Here's a 2-0. And that's going to be lined into center field for a base hit. As they're going to hold Deshaun Thomas up at third. So a base hit for Richardson, his first of the day. Puts runners on the corners for the Power, which brings up the leadoff hitter, Torrey Sweet.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 45, Torrey Sweet.
It looks like there'll be a mound meeting here. It's Torrey Sweet, the leadoff man. He's been hot. 2 for 3 on the day. 2 base hits, 2 stolen bases, 2 runs. As we're going to talk things over on the mound, some bullpen action for the Waves. Nobody in the bullpen to our left for the Power, so you could only assume Joey Mazzetti was going to come out for the 8th inning.
Wow. Might be his game, George.
It possibly could be. We haven't seen a guy, I don't believe, for the Power go the complete game. So it'll be fun to see.
You get a little later in the season, guys have built up their innings. And you feel more comfortable doing that.
So 1 out, 2 runners on, for the Power. Deshaun Thomas, 90 feet away from home. It's the Power up 3-0 the ball game. That pitch upstairs to Torrey Sweet, 1-0. So Sweet, like I mentioned earlier, 2 for 3 on the day. Struck out in the 5th. Had 2 base hits in the 1st and 3rd. Very identical. So he also scored a run and stole a base as well in both those innings. Here's a 1-0. That's going to be ripped up the middle for hit number 3 for Torrey Sweet. 1 run's going to come in to score Deshaun Thomas, and the Power up 4-0.
Nice.
The Power score now leading 4-0.
Richardson, he's on second with Torrey Sweet on first. So 1 out, Noah Blythe at the plate.
First baseman, Noah Blythe.
So Noah Blythe has 1 hit on the day. That came in the bottom of the 1st inning. Grounded out in the 3rd and struck out in the 6th. 1 out, 2 runners on. Going to be line foul. 0-1 the count for the slugger, Noah Blythe.
Feels like this has been the most traffic the Power have had on the base paths all night, George.
Yeah, it actually has been. They've had 2 runners on in the 1st and 3rd inning, but other than that, They haven't had more than 3 guys get on base in 1 inning. And Torrey Sweet accounts for 3 of the 7 hits that the Power have. That pitch did not break 1-1. So Richardson on second with Sweet on first. Here's a 1-1. Swing on and miss. As Blythe got underneath of that break, another fastball from Castro. 1-2 the count. With 1 out, 2 runners on. Here's a pitch from Castro. Fouled back. Blythe staying alive at the plate. Count still stands 1-2. Noah Blythe at the plate as he's going to go down looking. Second strikeout for Noah Blythe on the day. Going to retire the side. Oh, excuse me, that's 2 outs. Excuse me, 2 outs. Evan Berkey.
Evan is 1 for 3 tonight with a single, couple of strikeouts.
Berkey, the shortstop, struck out twice as he's going to hit a low dribbler up over. And Christensen unable to grab it as now we have a throwdown here. Richardson caught himself in a little bit of a pickle. And the call, he's safe.
Wow.
As Linderman unable to chase down the other catcher, Tyler Richardson, and he slides safely into third. Base is now loaded. Going to be... Wow, Nash.
That was crazy. Richardson showing off his wheels, getting back to third base. That was wild. You know, I don't know why they didn't throw that ball back to third. I think they would have had him easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's going to be an error on Christensen, who bobbled it. That got Berkey safe on first. So Berkey on first, Sweet on second. Richardson, he's on third. And now we're going to have another mound meeting here for San Diego Waves. With bases loaded, 2 outs for the Power. They've already scored 1 run here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Hey kids, a reminder, every Saturday, it's a run the bases after every Power game, so when the game is over, make your way down to the third base gate.
So it looks like we are going to have a pitching change for San Diego Waves. Looks like that's going to be it for Castro. As we're going to take a quick break. When we return for the pitching change, it's going to be Emmanuel Dean at the plate when we return. Here we are, set still, bottom of the 7th inning. There's a power. They're up 4-0 over the San Diego Waves. Emmanuel Dean at the dish as Bulger going to be the new pitcher on the mound. Pitch there from going to be down away, and that's going to get away from Lindman. And Richardson slides in safely to score. Runners advance. Berkey on second, Sweet on third, and now the Power are up 5-0. So we're just talking about how the Power have not scored as many runs as they like to, Nash, but here we are now kind of breaking away in the 7th.
Yep. Their best inning yet, offensively. You hope to do this before the 7th inning, but you know it helps now. They're up 5-0, and yeah, I do wonder if Mazzetti's going to get the 8th. Doesn't look like it.
There is some action. I believe that is
Dom Mota.
Yep.
Not a big drop off there. Dom's been very good as well. His entire pitching staff has been so good this year.
That's going to be fouled out of play, 1-1 for Emmanuel Dean.
Opponents hitting .228 against the Power, and they have a .268 ERA in 16 games, and they've won 14 of them.
Lots of success here for the Power as they look to go win number 12 in a row. Emmanuel Dean 0 for 2 on the day. He walked in the 6th, stole a base, scored a run as well. It's a pitch there from Bulger down low, 2-1. Emmanuel Dean flew out to Anderson, grounded out to Gio, and then of course walked in the 6th inning, scored a run that kind of broke things up for the Power as they scored their first run when Dean came in to score since the 3rd inning. But here we are, they score a few more as that's going to get away, and the throw not in time from Fenn as he's going to hold on to in the back pocket. And Torrey Sweet comes in to score for the 3rd time today as they're up 6-0 against the Waves. Runners on the corners. Dean on first, Berkey on third.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Mason Schwalbach.
So Mason Schwalbach, the designated hitter, at the plate. That's going to go down E6 for Fenn. So back-to-back errors bring in 2 more runs for the Power, which brings up Mason Schwalbach. 1 for 3 on the day. Struck out in the 1st, flew out in the 4th. Had a base hit in the 6th. And going down over to steal second is Dean. Double steal there. Berkey comes in to score. And they're now up 7-0 in the ball game. So 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pushes the Power over the edge. They got the insurance runs they need. So 1-0 is a count for Mason Schwalbach, who had a base hit in the 6th inning. (2-0) is the count for Schwalbach. With 2 outs, 1 runner on, that's Dean in scoring position. It's a pitch there from Bulger upstairs, 3-0. (3-0) from Bulger. That's going to get inside, strike 1. Hitters count for Mason Schwalbach, designated hitter. PSCL call-up, and he got his first base hit last inning.
Yeah, he's been awesome in the PSCL. Probably swinging away here 3-1.
Here's a 3-1 pitch, upstairs, ball 4. So runners on first and second for the Power. 2 outs, Anthony Angel Jr. Going to be the 9th batter we're going to see here in the inning. Anthony Angel Jr. 0 for 3 on the day, struck out twice, grounded out once.
The third baseman, number 15, Anthony Angel Jr.
Sure, Anthony would love to get on the board here. He's 0 for 3 today.
And he did not go on the swing. It's going to be 1-0 for Anthony Angel Jr. Looking to get his first base hit of the day. Even possibly bring in a run with 2 outs, 2 runners on. Chopped up over to Fenn. And the play over to Gio at second, going to be out number 3. So that's going to retire the side. Power able to score 4 runs here, bottom of the 7th inning. Puts them up 7-0. Going to be Thomas, Gio, Lindman, the 3 due up next on top of the 8th when we return. Here we are, top of the 8th inning. Power up 7-0 over the San Diego Waves. Andrew Thomas leading things off. It's going to be Dom Mota here in the top of the 8th inning, pitching on the mound for the Power. Dom Mota coming in for Joey Mazzetti, who struck out 9 batters, allowed 3 hits, and no runs. It's a very successful day. Is a swing and a miss there, 0-1. Mazzetti also walked 1 guy in his first start of the season for the Power.
God, Dom's very good as well. Faced 27 guys, struck out 9.
Mota, the lefty, here's the 0-2. This breaking ball didn't break 1 and 2. So it got out of the glove of Tyler Richardson, who's behind the plate. So Thomas struck out twice to Joey Mazzetti. Here's a 1-2 kick from Mota. And there goes Thomas, the hat trick for him. Struck out 3 times in the ball game, which brings up Nicholas Gio, who has 1 hit that came in the 2nd inning. And he also flew out to Padilla in the 5th. So with 1 out, nobody on, this is second baseman for the Waves. It's a pitch there from Mota. Inside for strike 1. That is going to be Eric Larson, the 9-hole hitter, at the plate. Going to be pinch hitting for Nicholas Gio. 0-1 is the count for him. Here's a pitch from Mota. Curveball just outside, 1-1. Very close call there. So the count is going to be 1-1 with 1 out, nobody on. Here's a pitch from Mota. Going to be chopped up for a base hit up the middle for San Diego. That's the first hit, Nash, we've seen since the 2nd inning.
Wow.
So Devin Lidman going to be at the plate. Lefty on lefty action here with 1 out, 1 runner on. Here's a pitch from Mota. Read down low in the dirt. Richardson able to keep it in front of him. 1-0 the count. So Larson has a small lead over on first. Curveball upstairs, 2-0 the count for the catcher Lindman. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Struck out looking in the first, flew out in the second, grounded out in the 5th. Here's a 2-0 from Mota. Another pitch upstairs, 3-0 the count. 1 out. Power up 7-0 in the ballgame. They're able to score 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Help give them those insurance runs that they needed. They've scored 5 or more in many games this season. Breaking ball inside for strike 1. .80-mile-per-hour breaking ball there from Dom Mota, going to get inside. 3-1 the count for the lefty Lindman. The pitch? An outside corner, strike 2. Count is now full. Lindman thought that was ball number 4. It's going to be a big pitch here from Dom Mota to give the Power 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Here's the 3-1. Swung on and miss. So second strikeout of the inning for Dom Mota. 11th of the day for the Power. So shortstop, Ryan Fenn. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Had a base hit in the top of the 1st inning. Able to make his way to third, nothing more than that, and then grounded out twice in the 3rd and 6th. Fouls that one back, 0-1. One's the count for the shortstop. Here's a pitch from Dom Mota. That's going to be chopped up over in the throw over from Blythe. Not in time. It's going to be a base hit there for Ryan Fenn. So 2 hits, 2 strikeouts in this inning. Puts 2 runners on for San Diego. They still have not scored a run in this ball game. Gardner Christensen at the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. Base hit in the first, struck out looking in the third, struck out swinging in the sixth. So 11 strikeouts on the day for power pitchers. 9 coming from Joey Mazzetti himself. As Gardner Christensen going to tie his shoe, the lefty. Oh, we've got to make sure to double knot. So it's going to be Larson on second with Fenn on first with 2 outs. Here's a pitch from Moda. That's going to be hit up over. And fielder's choice from Berkey. Going to be out number 3 to retire the side, leaving 2 runners on. So here we are, bottom of the 8th inning. Going to be Nelson Padilla, Deshaun Thomas, Tyler Richardson, 3 due up next when we return. Power up 7-0. Here we are, bottom of the 8th inning, power up 7-0. George Hathaway, Nash Walker here on the call. As Nelson Padilla going to lead things off. 1 for 3 on the day, base hit in the 7th. Got things going for the Power as they had a 4-run bottom of the 7th inning. There's a pitch there from Bolger. 0-1. Padilla grounded out and flew out before having his first hit in the 7th inning. That's going to be chopped over the glove of Bolger for out number 1 quickly as a toss over to Christensen. So 1-3, mark that one down in the books for those keeping score at home. As the Power looking to go for game number 12 in a row as they're up 7-0 here, bottom of the 8th inning. Deshaun Thomas, the center fielder, he's stepping up to the dish for the 4th time today. Grounded out in the 2nd, flew out in the 5th, and then fielder's choice in the 7th got him safe on first, and then of course scored the run that started more runs to come in for the Power. As that's popped up into the air, Anderson in shallow right field is able to squeeze the leather on that one for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for the Power. For 2 quick hits. Tyler Richardson, the 9-hole hitter, had a base hit, struck out in the 5th, grounded out in the 3rd. Again, 4th time we're going to see him today. With 2 outs, nobody on here for the Power. The bottom of the 8th inning. as they're going to play the PSCL All-Stars on Monday, July 4th, 6 p.m. start time, a little bit earlier. As the best of the best in the PSCL going to come here at Palm Springs Stadium to face the Power. Fireworks after the game, so you don't want to miss it. If you're local, make sure to come out to Palm Springs Stadium and check it out. As Bulger going to pitch there. That's a hard hit ball from Tyler Richardson. That's going to hit the wall coming off. Richardson going to go to second for a double there as he's going to get on base for the Power with 2 outs. Huge hit there from Tyler Richardson. Line that one over the head of Scott in left field. Scary position though if you're the San Diego Waves. Leadoff man, Torrey Sweet. 3 for 4 on the day, 2 stolen bases, 3 runs. Richardson, he's come in to score once already for the Power. As Bulger, he's on the mound. Bulger, here's a pitch. Going to be fouled back, 0-1 the count. Power 14-2 on the season, looking to make it 15-2, 12-game win streak. Last game they lost was an extra innings on June 10 to the Inland Valley Bucks. Since then, it's just been a steamroll for the Power, to say the least, here at Palm Springs Stadium. As that's going to be fouled back, 0-2 the count. Bulger gets set on the mound. Here's the 0-2. Sweet going to foul it back, staying alive at the plate. Power up 7-0 here in the ball game. It's great pitching from Joey Mazzetti and even Dom Moda really pushing through. Here's the 0-2. Sweet gonna chop that one up the middle for a base hit. Coming in to score is Richardson. And the Power now lead 8-0.
8-0.
Waiting on the official ruling there. As that got up through the middle. Hard hit ball off the bat for Torrey Sweet.
Noah Blythe.
As Noah Blythe, he's at the plate. 1 for 4 on the day. Struck out twice in the 6th and 7th inning, grounded out in the 3rd, had a base hit in the bottom of the 1st. 2 outs, 1 runner on. It's Torrey Sweet. Pitch outside from Bulger, 1-0. That's going to be popped up, fouled off. 1-1 the count. So that is going to go officially down as a hit on Torrey Sweet. His 4th of the day. And he's accumulated for 4 out of the 9 hits for the Palm Springs Power this evening. 1-1 is the count for Noah Blythe. Here's a pitch. Popped up into the air. Christensen getting in foul territory for out number 3. So it's going to retire the side, leaving Torrey Sweet the lone runner on. Richardson comes in to score for Palm Springs, puts them up 8-0. As we go top of the 9th inning, Scott, Castanito, and Anderson. 3 due up next when we return. Here we are, top of the 9th inning. Palm Springs Power have an 8-0 lead over the San Diego Waves. Miles Rothfarb looking to close it down here, top of the 9th. His first batter, he's going to face Quincy Scott as Moto went in for 1 inning. He allowed 2 hits, as that's going to be fouled off. No runs. And had 2 strikeouts under his belt as well. So 11 strikeouts total for the Power on the day. As that's going to be grounded up. Noah Blythe going to toss it up to Rothfarb for out number 1. So that now brings up Cole Casamito. Kashimoto 0 for 1 in the ballgame since he's pitch hitting for Jamie Berg. 1 out. Rothfarb, the righty, going up against Kashimoto, the lefty. Breaking ball up high, 1-0. It'll be Reese Anderson on deck. That's going to be fouled back. 1-1 the count.
Carl, what have you done?
So 1-1 for Kashimoto. He grounded out to Padilla in the top of the 7th inning last time we saw him. 1 out, nobody on. Here's a 1-1 from Rothfarb. Big kick there from him. Pitch just outside. 2-1. As Kashimoto going to swing at that one. 2-2 the count for him. 1 out, nobody on. Rothfarb looking to close it down here. Top of the 9th inning. Pitch was hitting in the 90s there. Another fastball upstairs. Count full. So one quick out. It's Rothfire looking to get out number 2. So there's a pitch, breaking ball. Down low, ball number 4. So Richardson gonna walk it back. Reese Anderson.
Now batting, right fielder number 18, Reese Anderson.
So 1 out, 1 runner on after Kishimoto was walked. Anderson, he's 0 for 2 on the day, hit by pitch in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th, and grounded out in the 7th. Breaking ball inside, 0-1. Power up 8-0 over the Waves, as they're on pace to get win number 12 in a row. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be lined through past Blythe for a base hit, and quickly Dean was able to get there. So 2 runners on for the Waves with 1 out. It's going to be the 3rd baseman, Samay. With 1 out, 2 runners on. Ground ball here if it was placed correctly, could be a double play that could end the ball game. Power have 9 hits on 8 runs. As there's a pitch, breaking ball down low, 1-0. Check swing. Did not go, so count's going to be 2-0. Rothfire, first inning, he's on the mound. It has been Mazzetti, Mota, Rothfire. Fastball inside, strike 1. Reese Anderson got a base hit a moment ago. Cole Cashimito on 2nd after he was walked. 1 out. And as Quincy Scott grounded out, so it's going to be fouled off. 2-2 the count. Andrew Thomas on deck. Power got the win last night over the East LA Dodgers, 8-6. Carson Phillips got the 9-out save there for him, which puts the Power up 14-2 on the season. Curveball upstairs, 3-2 the count. Here's a 3-2. Going to be fouled back. Count still stands at full. With 1 out, 2 runners on here for the Waves, who are down 8 runs to the Palm Springs Power. We're looking to get win number 12 in a row and 15 on the season. On Monday, July 4th, the Power will play the PSCL All-Star, as that's going to get away from Richardson, ball 4. Bases are now loaded with 1 out. We saw it earlier in the ball game in the 1st and 2nd inning with bases loaded. Power able to get out of the jam there. So Andrew Thomas, he's 0 for 3. Struck out all 3 times. So ground ball could force 2 here. As he's going to swing and miss, and he did go on the check swing. Power up 8-0, top of the 9th inning. George Hathaway with Nash Walker here on the call. And there's going to be 0-2 count quickly for Andrew Thomas. Ball going to get out of the glove of Richardson. 1-2 the count. Here's a 1-2 from Rothbard down and away 2-2 the count. .71-mile-per-hour breaking ball there from Miles Rothbard. Here's the pitch that's fouled back. Count still stands 2-2. One out, bases loaded for the San Diego Waves. Here's a 2-2. Popped up into the air. Thomas parks underneath it. The throw to home. Not on time, but the throw to third. It is. So the run comes in to score. As the Power get the win, number 12 in a row. Power win 8-1. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Nash Walker, it's been a pleasure here. As the Power get win number 12 in a row, advance of 15-2 on the season. And that'll do it all from us here in the booth. Make sure to join us on Monday, July 4th